That looks like it's starting. Here we go. And for some reason it worked when I clicked it the third time.
Oh, you just have to keep repeating.
Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so there we go. That was me talking keyboards.
Oh, nice. You're talking about it on the Discord you just Just gonna paste the link.
Yeah, just wherever you want to share stuff. Sweet. Okay. So I don't have like a presentation or anything prepared. I have some bullet points of stuff that I'd like to cover, and you just ask me whatever, and if people ask stuff in the chat, then we can address that as well. The chat should show up on an overlay on top of the stream if you're just watching. Just keep your eyes on that. And, alrighty. So I think the end goal for all of this, if we want to think backwards design, the thing that everyone wants to strive for is doing less work. And like everybody wants to be more efficient, more optimized. And I think that applies, like I'm a big proponent of like learning how to type well and practicing typing and all of those concepts. And I wish, it's funny how people get into code and they ask, what should I learn first? And sometimes I just want to say, well, learn how to type better first as your like step number one. And then the other things all come faster. But I don't want to preach from that soapbox. And it, yeah, but yeah, for sure. And it's funny sitting next to someone in a workshop setting or something, looking over their shoulder, and when you're trying to help them and you say, just do this, and then you're like, okay, just waiting, because it's taking them so long to even do, like, you're helping them set up Node or something, and you're like, just type Node install. Zach's mic is low. Okay, I can try and Zach, say something.
What's up?
I'll boost him. Go ahead. Keep going.
Hey, what's up? What's up, John?
That should be much better. Thanks, Benjamin. And let's bring the chat to the top as well. Sweet. Alrighty, so finding my mouse again. Yeah, so it's amazing how much like inefficiency there is out there just around the concept of typing.
Yeah.
But I think there's the other end of the spectrum where I am, where like I spent the time learning Colmac, and I kind of regret taking that much time because I don't, and unless there's that, Colmac is a different keyboard layout. So if you look,
yeah, it's like super optimized.
Yeah, if you look at my fingers, I'll type the word that, T-H-A-T. Like that is not what you would type. Or
You're
if I
pretty
type
much in your home row the whole time.
Yeah. So if you type a common sentence like, I want to
jumped over the.
Well, yeah, that's gonna have all the the brown fox jumped over. This will look very different than someone typing Colmac.
Yeah.
But what would be like a common something like node? For me is N-O-D-E. So that's all.
Okay.
I tried to set the camera at an angle where you could see that I'm not leaving.
Anyway. It's funny that the on-screen like annotation you have of your keyboard
right.
is QWERTY.
Yeah, it'll be
It
super
shows
different.
up, but you're not actually typing those. Like the computer doesn't care.
Yeah, some of the characters are the same. A's the same. Oh, is that gonna even show up? A, yes. Yeah, I don't. It should show
Oh,
up for
weird.
the shortcuts. So if you do like control, yeah. But but yeah, you'll see my fingers do weird things with Colmac. So it might look strange, just normal typing.
Yeah.
And like I don't recommend Colmac to anyone. I think it was
Yeah.
the amount of effort required to relearn like where your finger should go was tremendous. Like probably harder than raising a child, and I have experience with that one. But
Wow. You've
well,
experienced that one a few times, but yeah, you have to unlearn so much.
yeah, and I can still. The weird thing is I can still type in QWERTY, but I have to kind of look at the keyboard to make sure I'm not going back into Colmac.
Yeah.
So yeah. With that being said, the first thing that I have on my list is talking about one shots. So, but to even get there, I need to talk about Karabiner a little bit. So, a lot of people are familiar with Karabiner. Let me bring over a window. Karabiner. Karabiner elements. I guess
should
is
have watched your collection
what it's called now.
to prepare for this.
Did I make one? I can never remember what I've made.
It had Karabiner in it. It was focused on optimizing lesson creation. But
yeah. But that's the mindset. I'd hope if people are watching, the mindset to walk away from is recognizing the things that can be optimized and having a setup so that you can create those optimizations quickly and play with them. So at any point in my workflow, I can be like, I could do that a bit faster, and then jump into a single file, add a few characters, and then it's done. Like that's if you can establish that workflow of thanks, Ian. If you can establish that workflow for I know this can be done better and I can fix it really quickly, then you have that room. Like you're not wasting all that time trying to install no tools or whatever.
yeah.
And Karabiner is the tool for this. So in Karabiner allows you to override your keyboard shortcut or your complete keyboard, everything your keyboard does, and have it do different things. The downside of Karabiner is that does it have the examples? It uses a JSON format. We'll look at like complex rules. There's a lot of simple things you can do through the UI, which I never use. So that's up in here, and I don't use any of this stuff. I hand code everything. It's much faster.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the?
That's
I'm gonna search
the UI.
Search this for JSON. Yeah. So if you look at all of this stuff, this is what it looks like to configure it. And what that means is if you're going to modify all these things, then you're writing JSON, and nobody wants to. Ian says, by the nature of what you're doing, it makes sense you would want to type your config. Yeah. But nobody wants to edit a giant JSON file as a configuration file all the time. It gets very tedious, and especially when my resulting JSON file for what I have right now is this. It is, how many lines is that?
Thousands of lines. Wow.
It is,
that is
4,400 lines. But the reason, but it doesn't, like, that's because it's JSON, and JSON's verbose.
Mm-hmm.
There's a format called EDN, and this file is, like, I have just random things commented out, 450 lines. So something written in one line like this could generate like 30 lines of JSON or something. And
Yeah.
I'll get into what this is doing in a second. Howdy. So yeah, JSON, and the way to get from here to here is through a tool called, it's called Goku W. Or, sorry, just Goku Karabiner will probably get you there. I haven't watched, is this Dragon Ball Z? Is Goku?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it either, but I do know that much.
So I don't know if Raku and Judo are all other characters. I think Guko's the main character, right? If I'm saying that, Goku. If I'm saying that
Goku,
right, sorry.
I think. I don't know.
Goku. Yeah. Yeah. So it shows that like this generates this.
Okay.
And that's due to the EDN file format, which I'd be interested in exploring for other things. It's extensible data notation. I'd be interested to explore this for configuring other types of files. There's not a ton of information about this. I think Clojure is actually based on it. If anyone in the chat can correct me on that, I don't know. But it can read this and generate based on the rules defined in this project. If you look at the, where is it? The twos. You know, if you hit T in GitHub and start typing, it'll search a project.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah. So yeah, like based on these rules, it'll generate JSON for you.
Oh, that looks like Clojure. Or
yeah,
Lisp.
And it's one of those things, right? It's one of those languages with functions in it.
Touche.
I'm just yeah. A superset of EDN is used by Clojure to represent programs. Yeah. I haven't done any Clojure, but like I know this well enough to know that to install it, I did this, and then now I'm editing a config file. So
Okay.
Beyond that, I don't have to know a whole ton. Like there is the make sure you set it up a default profile after you install it, but then once you leave this Goku W command running, I added a text somewhere. I typed a stray. Where did it go? There you go. That was gone. Yeah, so you essentially just in that directory run Goku W. Oh, you can't see.
Oh, right.
You can't see my terminal. But down below, if I'm gonna hide your face really quickly. Video capture device. Is it this one? Nope. Your face is this one.
Yeah, there we
go. Yeah, it's this Goku W command at the bottom. Already. And that just runs and walk.
That's in the project, or is this you have to have that always running?
No, this is just if you're going to edit the file.
Okay.
And then the beautiful part about it is after you edit it, there's no need to like refresh or anything, or you don't need to like source a file. Like once you've done that, it just works.
Okay.
So something I can show with this is like, let's go into tab mode, Colmac.
Do you remember the first command you added?
I know that, where is Chrome? A lot of my inspiration came from a post called Home Row Computing. Is it this one? Yeah, so this is a post from a while back talking about keeping your finger set in the home row.
Okay.
And talking about moving your cursor character, your arrows, and your escape key to the home row. and it showed how to do that. I think this was for Windows, and tried to do it in auto hotkey. An auto hotkey can do a lot of what your Mac can do. So this is like a lot of people with Vim. They're familiar with the JKL. That's not what Vim people do. H would be left for Vim. So yeah, like one of the first things I did, if you look at my fingers, so I'll try and do this. So if I hold down my A key and hit H, you can see my cursor moving to the left. Or if I hold down A and hit right, you can see it moving to the right. So I never have to leave right here, like when I'm moving my mouse or my cursor around. Like there's zero wrist movement, there's zero finger movement. And that's due to something called sim layers, which we'll get into in a second. I used to have that mapped to caps lock, where I'd reach over here, like, and do something and then switch to that. I think sim layers are unique to Karabiner. I don't know if AutoHotkey supports them, but they enable to use any key as a potential layer, I guess.
Yeah.
What it would be called. I'll just put this down in my Colmac rules. So at any point, I can just type something like left command and bind that to the A character. If I hit save, my left command key is this thumb key right here. Oh wait, let's do. I think I have. I have a code specific one that's overriding this. Actually, because I'm in code, let me do it in there.
So there's levels of specificity.
Yes.
With this.
Yeah.
Kind
so
of like CSS.
Yeah. Sure.
I think we'll make people angry if you agree to that.
I don't know enough about. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do left command and bind that to the A character. And I just hit save, and then from there on out, if I hit left command, it goes to A.
Okay.
So for me, at any point when I see like a keyboard shortcut or something that can be optimized, like it's typing this and saying what I want it to go to. Like that's really all it is.
Yeah. Input, output.
Yeah. So with the one I think everyone can. Oh, whoops. You run into the scenario like right now. I want to hit my command key, but it's mapped to A, so I have to do that manually. You'll run into the scenario where let's go to that too. I want to save without hitting command. Save. Hadn't done that in a long time. So now, yeah, I reclaimed my command key. So for one shots, you'll find on your keyboard you have a ton of keys such as Command, Alt. I put my function keys down here. So this is function 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So you'll see those highlight. You'll see there's a lot of keys. Let's see, even shift. Let's go back to code. I actually don't have a key set up to like go back to where my cursor previously was.
Gotta take note of that.
Yeah, I should fix that. We'll actually do that on stream. That'd be an easy one.
Oh, nice. Oh, so you can. Karabiner knows you're in VS Code, so you have the mapping specific to the program.
Yeah. So if you open, I use Alpha to do this, but there's something called the Karabiner Event Viewer, and that's shown here. And it'll show the frontmost application. So if I go back and open that again, you'll see it has a bundle identifier that's pretty tiny. But it says the bundle identifier is com.microsoft.vscode. So at the top, if I go to com.microsoft, I named code
Right.
and mapped that to that identifier. So now anything underneath this section of code requires me to be inside of VS Code for those to run. Ian,
Yeah.
how do I keep all these shortcuts in my head? I think it's just practice, like, and the desire to go faster. I do think that typing is a skill that everyone can work on and improve, and there's ways to like exercise that and get better at typing. And that includes keyboard shortcuts as well, like just getting into that.
Do you have rules that you follow? Kind of like this type of shortcut starts with this key press, or
Not necessarily. I try over time to like across applications have similar ones. Like I have in ScreenFlow and Ableton Live, they both have the idea of dragging a timeline. And so like the middle mouse button, like I mapped in both of those to be the middle mouse button. So
Okay.
so when I think of rules, I think more of consistency across applications more than things starting with certain characters. There are finding my mouse again. I do have is it launch. So with this one, this is like caps lock and A launches Alfred because Alfred starts with A.
Okay.
Caps lock and well, J would be Google. I could search Google from here.
Alfred Google.
And C is code. I use this one a lot. So this
Oh,
lets me navigate to my projects.
I need that in my life, real quick.
Yeah, this is here. If you search for this,
Do you have your Karabiner like configuration on GitHub at all, or
not. Let me paste this.
not
I-
version controlled?
Yeah, I post a gist of it every now and again. But it's one of those like I'm happy to share it, but it's kind of like one of those personal things. Like it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Mine has all the Colmac stuff in there, and so that would like break your entire workflow.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like if people ask for it, like here it is, but like you wouldn't want to watch changes on it or like update based on what I did or anything. So so yeah, the let's see, F is T in in Colmac. Like these are things I have to think about. So Command T for me is open a terminal.
Oh, right.
And then caps lock T, caps lock S is Slack, caps lock B is, and that can quickly switch to applications. So like memorizing, I try and put some of these to their first letters, but like actual shortcuts, I don't worry about too much.
Yeah.
And there is something I recommend, like talking about practicing. There's a site called Shortcut Foo. And you can practice keyboard shortcuts.
Nice.
So if you come in here, it'll tell you learn. I haven't done this in a long time. Move line up. So that's my move line up. Move line down. Insert line above. I think it's that one. Copy. I was looking at these, but I should be looking up here. Copy line down should be this. Insert line below is that. Delete line. I actually have delete line set up to something different, which still works.
Command backspace.
Yeah, they have it to Command K, which is delete line. Command backspace does kind of like a different type of delete. Copy line up should be that. Delete line. I guess I could just do it their way. Oh, do they do Command Shift K? Insert line below. Anyway, so like these are very common ones, especially like the insert line above and below are super helpful. I'm curious how far that goes. Editing, multi-cursor selection.
Nice.
Cheat sheet.
I always
I actually...
find
Go ahead.
I always find myself, like, if I have large amounts of text, just dropping it into a VS Code and doing the multi-cursor select to edit.
Yeah.
Might be faster ways, but it works.
No, for sure. And it's funny, when I use the multi-cursor mode, I'm often doing the alt-clicking version of it rather than the
same.
Command D. Like, it just feels like a visual thing where you want to, like, poke at it.
Uh-huh.
I actually worked with these guys a little bit back in my WebStorm days. Do they still have it on here? Oh,
Doesn't
there's...
look like, oh,
Yeah, there it is. It's under the IntelliJ stuff.
okay, yeah.
And we are gonna like integrate Alt Shift click. Is Alt Shift click like remove? What does that do? Oh, that?
Or you just highlight multiple lines of code at once.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I've never used that before.
Oh, and it also
Thanks, Ian.
creates multiple cursors.
Yeah, looks like I can... So one thing with this file, this is detecting it as a closure file. Maybe there isn't an EDN extension, because it doesn't, like, it highlights this well, but when you try and delete stuff, things get weird.
Yeah.
Install extensions. Is there an EDN extension? Format closure in EDN.
That might be it.
No stars. I don't know. I don't want to mess with it right now.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, definitely try out Shortcut Foo. Tons of stuff to learn there. And it'll like surprise you with some of the shortcuts you didn't even know existed, like Alt Shift click. Alrighty. So yeah, the one-shot stuff that I want to talk about. If we just go back to code. There's this idea of, a lot of people think you can only do like left command to, left command to something else, and that now your left command key is gone and you can't use it at all. But what you can do with Karabiner is you can map it to itself, and then nil is some of the like the conditions, so there's no conditions on this. But I want to say, if I press this by itself, I want it to type A. So now I can still, you see I'm pressing Command and S and saving my file just fine, and you can see that up here. But now if I press it by itself, it's doing A.
Huh. Yeah. And that is a one-shot?
Yeah, I call them one-shots. I think they call them, I don't know if they have a name for them. Like, they're just the alone modifiers. They think about those, a lot of people think about these as layers, because like this is, left command is kind of like having a layer. When you hold down the command key and type something else, like it doesn't type, it does something else. And this is kind of like anything you'd think of as a layer can also have a single shot behavior assigned to it. So you have all these keys right within reach. So you have your commands, your alts, your shifts, and any of those you can map to anything. So usually there's something like, in code, one of the things I do the most often is, so if I do left command to left command, and then nil as there's no conditions, and I say alone is, this says it's a modifier command, just pound C for command, then T. So something I do a lot is this, is go up to this menu.
Yeah.
Or if I wanted to do, I'll just copy this line down. And I think P is my, we'll make this one, let's see. Yeah, that shortcut doesn't work on this file. Can we do this shortcut? Yeah. I think it's right alt.
Oh, nice.
I think this key is right alt. And so if I want to do a file search, I'm just hitting this one key, right?
Okay, yeah.
But if I hold it down, you can see on my keyboard up here that it's holding down alt. And even if you hold it down for a long time and release it, it doesn't do anything. You have to like actually, it knows you're trying to tap it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's those are the things I would say, like if you're going to start with customizing rules, start with these one shots where you're like, you know what, I have all these things close by, and I might as well just, use them for the most common actions and save yourself some stretching.
And then you still have the convenience of using it as normal elsewhere. It's not like completely on your, completely remapped.
Right. You can totally forget about it and no big deal. Like,
yeah.
There's also something I do with the shift keys. Like when I'm on my laptop without a keyboard, I use my shift keys as deletes. And this is something I did a very long time before like the sim layer concept came around. Was this is left delete and this is right delete or backspace and forward space.
Because that makes it so nice.
Makes a lot of sense to my brain. Is this?
Yeah.
And hopefully I can undo all of that without.
Where are your shift keys then?
They're still there. If I hold it down, it's shift.
Oh, duh. Because it's just mapped as alone. Okay.
Are you paying attention?
No, I'm just, you're witnessing learning happening in real time.
Yeah. So, and you can even, like this reach right here to do a command delete for me is this. Which is super easy. Or an alt delete or any of the deletes where I have my modifiers and my thumbs and my deletes right here, which is a huge difference from like hand movement wise going up to the delete key.
Yeah.
Or even like thinking about, wait, what's the delete forward? Like how, and I always think, oh, that's forward, that's backwards. And
yeah, mine, I have backwards is just the normal delete key, and then I mod and delete for forward delete.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's still a hand movement.
Right. What I don't want to jump too far ahead of myself, but where I've kind of ended up with my delete key, actually, let me jump to another project so I'm not deleting that.
And where is the configuration for your delete keys? Is that, because that doesn't seem like it's project based. That's like,
yeah, that's a global one. So if you put it, this condition, like these are conditions for everything underneath it.
Okay.
So if you look at my Colmac one, my Colmac doesn't condition. Well, it actually has a not QWERTY condition, which I've been playing with, but imagine that's not there. Because you would put the condition there and then everything else underneath it. So this means that all of these are just global. Like this is just what Colmac layout looks like.
Did you have to map the keys? Like you mapped the keys to Colmac in here versus like having it, like I know your keyboard ships with the like ultimate hacking keyboard agent that has Colmac mode.
Yeah. So if you look at this, mine's set for QWERTY for Mac. My reasoning for that is my Karabiner key map can apply to my hardboard or hardware keyboard and my laptop keyboard. And I don't have to worry about mappings here.
Do you have any mappings here, or do you just keep it all in Karabiner?
The only mappings I've changed are like the F1s. Like I use these as, I don't use them very much, but I keep them there. And I think, I don't know what these originally were, like the space, the shift, command, and option.
Mine are mod, space, command, and shift, but I've also played with it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are kind of like whatever your preference is.
But you don't use the layers at all, for the most part.
No. I don't use the hardware layers because I want to be able to do that on my laptop as well.
Yeah.
And consistency across all this stuff.
That was going to be a question of mine. It's like when do you add a rule to Karabiner versus like Alfred? I'm sure can achieve some of the optimizations that mapping it to your keyboard could.
Yeah, for sure. So for example, something I'll pull up a lot in Alfred is like a synonym search. Synonym search.
Synonym.
So there's like this level between just hitting like caps lock A is Alfred and then just typing that. I could bind a single keyboard shortcut to that, but I don't, it's I think E and S, like how does my brain keep track of all of that? Like this is at a level where I don't want to think about all the things Alfred can do.
Yeah.
Like all those typing isn't like all those single or few characters I have to type. That's fine. Like
yeah.
I don't mind that.
Alfred's pretty optimized, so like once you're in there, you're good to go.
Yeah. But there's a few of them where like my like caps lock C is the open a code project. That's something that I love.
But you do that like every day, multiple times a day, maybe even every hour.
Yeah. I switch between a ton of projects for sure. But the Google search, like I forget that it's even there. Like my habit of going to the browser and typing something in the search bar, or like opening Twitter or something, I think you'd have to Twitter. Like Alfred can do all those things. But I think a lot of my mindset is let me get into Alfred and then my brain switches over to what can I do in Alfred versus just jump straight to the global shortcut. But yeah, I do have the like the caps lock T is the pop open a terminal.
Oh, nice.
Wherever that went to, must be somewhere
one
else.
of your like 10 windows.
Yeah, it's somewhere. I honestly don't know which window it's on. I'm looking around.
Did you look behind you?
I switched to it, but where is that? Oh well, not gonna worry about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll find
anyway. It'll show up someday. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, one shots are amazing and definitely capture the caps lock key. I think that's what like the majority of people know that caps lock is wasted. Not majority, but the majority of people who like tweak their keyboard settings know that caps lock is wasted. And they'll map it to control or anything. From being a developer, I definitely recommend mapping it to escape. You can see escape highlighting.
Yeah. Especially mine, I have to hit mod and then the escape key. So it's 2 presses.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. And with the one shot concept. Yeah, Robert, I hope, feel free to ask me any questions about this stuff. If this is mapped to control, that's great. But you also have that one shot concept of this is control if I hold it down, or it's escape if I tap it.
Right.
Which again, think of the things you do the most, and those are probably up there. I slowly moved. I used to have caps lock and tab mapped as like layer keys. But I slowly moved everything to my thumbs as being my thumbs are the modifiers because I want to like reach around with my fingers. So I used to do a bunch of like tab in this and caps lock in this. What do you mean, Ian? That's an ultimate hacking keyword concept? Question mark.
The layers? I don't know if he's talking about the layers.
Sounds like something Ian would talk about. Layers.
Yeah. He's really stuck on that concept.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely one shot your caps lock key. I think is probably like step one of anyone doing this. Oh, is that the happy hacker does it by default? Cool. Yeah, if that's at the hardware level, that's great. This is something I can do on my laptop as well. So
yeah, and that
carries
that's
over great.
Big for me because like right now when I'm on my laptop, I want my mod key that's on my keyboard, and like I feel like I just can't do that much.
Right. Yeah, the with that concept, the funniest thing, or the like, let's go back here. The biggest challenge for me is when I'm back on a keyboard is I lose my thumbs.
Yeah.
So on this keyboard, this thing is command. On my laptop, I use / as command. So you see I'm holding / down.
Okay. Yeah.
Because in my brain that mapped with the ZX, C, and Y keys. So if I want to copy and paste, that's this.
Okay. Yeah. But you have it one-shotted, so if you tap it, it's still going to be /.
Yeah. So I still have my /.
That's such a great concept.
But this plus that, or plus that, this new file. I think the command keys on laptops are in super awkward spots. Like they're like here. And so your hands are like twisting this way.
Yeah.
So I never, unless I'm like doing something with another controller and just kind of quickly reaching over to hit command and something with, that's not part of my normal typing flow, then I never use those keys.
Yeah, I've gotten used to command, but especially alt and control are like not great spots for me.
Yeah, for keyboard. Sure. Yeah, Robert, I've gone through a lot of flashing through what are those keywords? I had a plank for, I have planks for a while. That's one right here. If you've seen these ones.
Oh, nice.
So they're like tiny keywords.
Minimalist.
Yeah. Or wait, that was upside down.
Nice.
So I've always had this dream of doing. So this is a weird flex but okay moment. So here's my other one. So I've always dreamed of having.
Oh wow, they're just opposite.
Yeah, they're inverted. Had this dream of having one per hand. Where this would be my left hand, this would be my right hand. But like now that I've matured a little bit and realized that I can keep my hands in the same spot, and I want my fingers to move less. I'm working more with layers than like I don't want more keys. I was gonna say
that's you just need layers. You add like 3 layers and you have more keys than that keyboard can give you. Yeah.
So I've abandoned that thought. But let's see where we're going with this. Yeah, so on my laptop, this is command. Let's get back in VS Code. Focus. Wait, wrong window. There we are. So that's command globally. And I can do all the copy paste, or undos. So that's just holding that key down. I think I have, do I have this as, Benjamin, thanks for subscribing. Why do 2 of your keys have print on them? Ian, the reason for that is because I was doing something on my Ableton push, and I'd look back over and not know where 0 was just by looking at it. And so I put 0 there. They're kind of like ways to orient my way around the keyboard. Because if it's blank, you don't know exactly where your finger should go. Like there's these nubs, but they don't help too much. I think there's this cool concept around like there's these dentist tools where, visual homing keys. There's these dentist tools where once they stick it in your mouth, they don't have lines at every centimeter. They have lines at 1 and 3 and 6 and 9 or something. So they can always tell like what's halfway in between. They don't have to know, you don't have to have everything labeled. You just have to like core, like points you can orient yourself around. So I just moved those over. Actually, I have a couple, I want to print some custom keycaps and put them on, but I'm not super into the, like I see a lot of people doing really cool keyboard colors and highlights and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I'm not very stylistic. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we should print some egghead keycaps.
Ooh, I'd put that on my keyboard.
Yeah. I wonder how ubiquitous like a standard keycap is. That's a great idea though.
There has to be like a sticker mule of keycaps.
You know, that's so Maggie and I have been talking about smash Diego.
It auto maps to upload.
Yeah, there you go. And you could do that. Like I can show you how to do that. So Maggie and I have been talking about doing more Egos, like reviving Ego and doing more poses and things, and like having a full keycap set of little Egos.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Like having, I don't know what it could do though. Yeah, I've done a single custom one years ago with my old like personal logo, but that's on a keyboard in my office, which I'm not going to bother getting. What was that keyboard called? Ergodox. That's what it was. So yeah. Yes, back to like this on a laptop. And I also had, I think I have this mapped still. So this was Command and this was Alt. Yeah, I don't have that mapped anymore. So often you do like Command Alt T, D or T and some of those sort of shortcuts. And so I just have them down in this area. Because that's not a very far motion for me. And you can even set it up so that period is only Alt when Command is being pressed, sort of thing.
Yeah. I've seen some of that from like clicking around the Ultimate Hacker keyboard GUI. You can have like secondary cases. Like if this is pressed, then this is actually that type thing. Yeah,
and it's cool to think about like this is a one shot when you hit it alone, but when this is pressed, then these keys turn into that, and then when that is pressed, like it kind of piles up the layers. Like you don't want to like go Inception and get too deep into it before you forget where your fingers are.
Like a maze to just get to a simple command.
Yeah. But on that note, one thing you can do, like optimize for deletion, I think is a cool first step, as far as like whether you want to do this as delete or for delete being this one. So I have my word delete as like a right pinky left pinky. Oops.
Okay.
My most complicated sequence. I'll get there. So if I do right pinky, left pinky, like this is deleting words.
Oh, wow.
And
if
then
you do left pinky, right pinky, will it delete forwards?
No. So it's right pinky, then main like index finger.
Okay.
Is delete forwards.
Know which one got pressed first? Or
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So in my mind, when I hold down this key, it switches into deletion mode. Like my keyboard's in, and that's one thing Vim does really well, is having the concept of modes, of visual mode and insert mode, and all those
Command
like,
mode.
command mode, all those things. And that's a concept you can carry over to this. The beauty of this is this carries over like globally to every application on my computer. And if it doesn't work, I can remap things to make it work consistently across my computer.
Yeah.
So you're not just opening Vim for everything, trying to force your way into it. You can keep the same sort of productivity anywhere. So it's funny because I was thinking that the way I work with code, I delete words much more often than I delete single characters. So I think like the pinky movement is a lot easier than like this. My ring finger is single delete, but I just don't use it as much.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
Delete line is this, where I just go bang, 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 bang. So I can delete
the caps lock.
Yeah, I might have to remap that to Command K. I'll have to explore that one in Visual Studio Code more, because I think this is like the global delete line. Would that, is it Command Shift K? Yeah, so it deletes the line and then it doesn't go up. Mine deletes the line and then gets stuck. So I'll look into that. But yeah, like optimizing for deletion is a great starting point. Like having a deletion mode. Then the other one, like if you want to get into the motion stuff, so my left pinky is the motion layer. So right pinky is deletion, left is motion. So when I have left down, now I'm moving around.
Okay. And that's like by word? Or...
This is just single character right now.
Oh, it's just moving real fast.
Yeah. And I should find the post, like the way to update your cursor speed in OS 10. Like that's something I definitely recommend, is being able to like go up and down your files faster. Not too fast, but fast enough for your eyes to track where the cursor's going.
Yeah.
But I think it is a terminal command, and then let's see. I can probably...
You have to set a variable or something.
Increase keyboard repeat speed rate. OS 10. It's probably a Stack Overflow answer or something. Yeah, it's one of these. And I think you have to restart your computer after it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, changing the speed of your arrows is this. Let me link to this. Is that link? Because I don't think like the evolution. You'll see people mention key remap for MacBook. These were like pre-Karabiner elements, like OS 10 a couple versions ago. Changed the way that the keyboards interfaced or something, and they had to rewrite all this stuff from the ground up, and everyone who was using it got really angry. You know how open source works.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think I described open source in 2 sentences. So yeah, if you see key remap for MacBook, that's pre-Karabiner elements. Karabiner elements. Yeah, just know that concept carries over. It's just been refactored to it.
Do you have a key mapping for pasting something in chat?
Pasting something in chat?
While you're streaming? Or did you click and
no.
paste?
I clicked over there. That'd be an interesting one. I'd have to focus the app. Yeah, let's try and build that. This is what we're here for. I'd have to be probably from Chrome, right? I'm going to be using a link. So let's set up Chrome. I don't have any custom keyboard shortcuts for Chrome. So let's see.
Probably assume you have something in your clipboard.
Yeah, you can trigger a Command V, like no big deal. All right, so I need to open this. Let's make sure we get the right ID. this window likes to disappear really easily. All right, so com.google.chrome is what we're going to grab. If I can highlight really tiny characters. All right. And then the application will be Chrome, and then that. If you're watching my fingers, that was probably a really weird sequence to watch. So Chrome is that, and now we have a section which we can essentially, whoops, dash Chrome.
Pseudo alphabetized.
No, this has no real rhyme or reason to it. One thing I recommend is putting comments before the last line, or else you'll end up, at least with my formatter, like, again, this file format isn't well supported in VS Code. So it will format it, but then when you try and delete stuff, if I try and delete that, like, it didn't work, right? Like, it's not even letting me, I'm hitting the delete key, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I keep a comment
weird.
right there. Yeah, I keep that comment right there just to allow me to type the rules in between it. So when I'm in Chrome, let's do the left command trick. So left command to left command. So no conditions alone. I think we'll have to trigger a script from here. I don't do this a lot. Let's just start with copy. So command C. We'll see if that works. So switch back over to Chrome. So I'm going to highlight this, hit command, and I think you can see on the keyboard, did that fire that right? Yeah, you can see that C pop. Hit command, now paste. Yeah. So that hitting command right now copies. So we'll need to copy, then switch to my other window. That'll be, I might have to do like an OSA script to focus on a window, which I'm not sure. OSA script focus on window.
This is a type of development I don't know the first thing about.
Yeah, it's
optimizing, switching between.
Well, I just love that as a question. Like, can I do this? And I want the answer to be yes, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to say, yes, you can in Chrome hit a single key and copy and paste a link into chat, and because that, if you can do that, then you can, do all the other simple stuff. So AppleScript can do this. Okay, yeah. So tell application terminal to activate. Windows where name contains bash. So I think we just need to.
Okay.
It'd be like.
Press C or
this.
Press Command, because that'll copy.
Tell application.
Ooh, I think I'm lagging a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like you're lagging a little bit too. I'm gonna grab one of these. These look pretty close to what I want to do. Here. Tell application. Restream chat. Yeah, you sound good. You're a little laggy, but we'll try restream chat to activate. Let me go back down to Chrome and so a sequence. I wonder if this surround will work.
Oh, you can just build the Apple script right there.
Yeah, you can keep these in line.
Well, I know you're in Chrome now, but
failed. Invalid to definition in section. Invalid to in main section Chrome. Whoops, that is jumping around to activate. So that's good. Let's see if that sequence. Okay, so in Chrome, alone. I've never done an alone sequence where it does multiple key presses. I want to try it. J O H N. And that'd be surrounded with. Is that going to work? So I'm going to hit Command. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Cool. And that type John. Now I need to figure out. Let's see. These templates are ways of. Let's see. I think this is the parameter you'd have to pass in, but I don't need to pass in a parameter. Restream chat activate. Let me see how I use Alfred in other sections. So it's Alfred and then 2 parameters. So, but I don't have any parameters. Let me look at that again. So Alfred, there's one S and another S. Okay. But I think I can just do this. Let's go back to Chrome. Restream. Is that gonna work? Okay, so now here's the chat window, but it's always on top by default. So I just want to see. I did something. The focus is on Restream chat, but getting the cursor in there might be an issue. Like this text field doesn't, the application has focus, but this text field doesn't have focus.
Oh. Okay.
Because
doing that and then hitting tab, would that change the focus?
Ooh, good question. There, tab. Wonder if here. No, it scrolls the window. Here and maybe down, right, enter. Lock user, no. I wouldn't know how to click. I think AppleScript. Like if the keyboard was focused there the previous time, it looks like it keeps it. So let's do that. So as long as, well, this will kind of be like good enough. So if we, so many windows. So we open Restream.
Have to stay focused on this.
Yeah. So we're going to copy, Command C, open Restream, and then Command V for paste. Whoops. And then, return or enter. So if I hit invalid definition, why is that invalid definition? Is it these? Why doesn't it like me to have Restream in a sequence? Because I can do...
Did you have commas last time?
No. Oops. I just kicked my tripod. There we go. I didn't have commas. C and V, that should work. But it's this Restream template that's failing to compile. I wonder if there's another way. How else have I used open? Open bracket, or open. No, how else have I used Alfred? Alfred Google. I wonder if I pass an empty parameter to it. Maybe if I nest it. Let's try that. Maybe. Command V, and let's just try that for now. All right, so we're in here. We'll switch back over to Chrome and go in here. I'm going to copy this. Okay, that's selected. I'm going to hit Control, or just Command, sorry. Oh, it did it, but it didn't paste. I'm thinking that's because I'll need to like add a delay. Is there a delay concept?
I know in the Ultimate Hacking Keyboard agent, there's a delay. I've made a couple macros when I had to like do some data entry and would have to delay my tabs.
Sorry, I shouldn't be privately Googling over here.
Rude.
Rude. I wonder if there's like a wait slight delay. Keys repeat from time to time. There we go. This is a good question. To delayed action. Hey Ryan. We're just talking super nerdy keyboard stuff. What if there's a wait? Slight delay, pressing caps lock crashes. What if I could just have it like press Command V like 5 times? Actually, one of the easiest ways to look into this stuff is by going into the whatever tab this is. And if you go into their twos, he often has the definitions. Wait, delay, no. Actually, let me open this as a Goku. All right, where are you? There you are. Wait. Delay. Double right shift mode. That's which key press? That's like a configuration delay, not a manual delay, as far as I know. Basic to delayed action. To delayed action. That sounds promising. I like that. To delayed.
Yeah.
To delayed action. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we'll use this and try and wrap that around the next thing. Where are we at? Okay, we're getting lots of stuff going here. 2, well, was it this? 2 delayed action. 2 if invoked, 2 if canceled. Wow, 2 if invoked. Let's just try this. No.
Yeah, simplest.
Yeah. 2 delayed action. Hey, that compiled. Who knows?
It's gonna work.
You think so?
I can feel it.
Should we take bets? Alrighty.
Oh no.
So Ryan, we're working with Karabiner and trying to set up a keyboard shortcut that will take the selected text that I have in Chrome, and I'll hit a single key that should copy and paste it in the chat and send it out. But that didn't do it.
Aw.
Yeah, it's not even switching to restream anymore.
Is that delay?
Yeah, something here is doing something. Because this should still work. My app switcher is always on my other screen. So if I do this, wait, make sure that has focus. Yeah. Like I had 2 delayed action. Here's another thing I use a lot when I'm trying to figure out like advanced scenarios around this. I'll go to the GitHub search and search for where's the file name? Files with this name. Everything is a Karabiner EN. And then just add in that oops.
Oh, nice.
What was that? 2 delayed. We'll fire this off. Did that not? Do I have to make it an EDN file? Couldn't find any code. Nuts.
Literally no one has done this before.
But it's possible it's not set up in the, like, the file or the JSON generation thing. Yeah, everyone's going to have that delay amount set. But we want...
For the config or whatever.
Yeah, but we want it to be delayed.
Oh, there we go.
2 delayed action. Oh, delayed. This person looks really smart. I just assume people who've done things I haven't done are smart.
That's a good assumption.
Delayed. Wow, my Chrome is really lagging for some reason.
They got a lot going on. They do look pretty
Delayed. There
smart.
we go. Okay, delayed, canceled. Is delayed a template? That's my question. Or is it... Okay, we'll just try delayed. Let's see. Wonder if I can turn on word wrapper or something. Ah. Lost my mouse again. There it is. Wait, come back. Okay, I want this window to be smaller, so word wrap. Is that Alt Z?
Something
All
like
right.
that, yeah.
Delayed. I think it would look like this. Delayed Command V. Done. All right. So
Oh, is that it?
maybe. So let's, man, Chrome doesn't like rendering that page at all. Let's copy that. Let's make sure this says focus. Copy that, hit Command. Nuts.
Didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. I'm actually curious what we may have to bail out of this. I still believe it's possible, but I don't want to spend all day on it.
Yeah.
Delayed. It's only those two, so it didn't generate anything. Left command. So if you can, yeah, you see what this generated was inside of Chrome, 2F alone, left command C, then shell command that, then from left command to left command. Oh, it's not generating the next part. So that delayed, even though it said it compiled, it's not doing anything.
Was the other example wrapped in brackets?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's its own thing. Deleting these
Because
brackets
remember,
can be.
you were wondering if it was
Yeah. Delayed. Heavy. Failed. Whoops. What did theirs look like though? So double press left command for.
they still had the invoked.
Come on, make that a bit bigger.
And then
Delayed,
you have
invoked.
braces.
Oh, invoked, canceled. Good point.
Oh, and then they have a comment there too.
Yeah, let's see what they say. When pressed the second time, send command Q. Okay.
Oh, that's the quit.
Yeah, they're like forcing themselves to hit command Q twice to quit things. I am trying to move this screen over unsuccessfully. I really want to. There we go. Copy this up into there.
There we go. Some good old copy pasta.
It's my favorite type of pasta. Wow. Invoked? I've never seen invoked before. Brain is spacing on syntax. Do I need it canceled? Canceled nothing?
Maybe just like
failed.
Make it, I don't know, something. To me, I'd just keep it there because what if it needs it?
Let's see if their syntax works.
Oh, if it just compiles.
Okay, that works. And then redo. Paste. Delayed, invoked, failed.
Huh.
Definitely a brain scratcher. We'll do Chrome. Yeah, that didn't add anything. I will have to research this because now I'm super curious.
Got you on a rabbit.
Yeah.
Rabbit chase? Down a rabbit hole? I don't know.
One of those things for sure. Let's go back here. What was that repo called? Just Goku. Okay. Come on.
Goku.
Yeah, for sharing my config file.
Give it a star.
I'm gonna clone it. Boom. Clone.
Oh, nice. Hey. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
onto
like
your computer.
Like a boss. All right. Here's that file. You see how smooth that was?
That was very smooth. Was that Alfred?
That was Alfred hooking into a, just into a ZSH function, I think. I don't think I wrote a node script for that one, but.
Okay.
Yeah, did you watch the Alfred thing I did with?
I didn't, but I
Joe?
need to.
Where's clone? So when you type in the clone keyword, it'll invoke my clone ZSH function.
Okay.
Which looks like, whoa, learn how to type. Which looks like this. So this is one of my favorite things, is it can get your get the current URL of the active tab in the foremost window. And so you can grab that, parse out the repo and the name, and then clone it.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So I clone it and then I tell code to open it.
That's amazing. It's so simple too.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But
guess
people don't.
That's the right way to.
Yeah, like no one knows this is possible. Like telling Chrome to give you the URL. Like you can do that and pass that into any node script or anything. So I use this for YouTube downloads and stuff, to just snatch stuff from Chrome. Good
That's
old
awesome.
Alfred. Love Alfred.
Yeah.
But let's peek at this for a bit longer and then give up on this. All right, so double press Command Q to quit. So this reads, what does pound P mean? Does he have something configured for that? I haven't seen that syntax. So usually the pound or the hash, if you have two of them, it means that key can work with any modifier. So like when I remap Colmac, I have to say all those keys can work with commands and alts and shifts.
Okay.
But I don't know what this means. Maybe that's the double press.
I saw it said, like it was in the config or something, or maybe that wasn't it. I saw something flash.
For this?
For pound P, yeah. Because there's
two
more. Yeah, right here. Delete or backspace, space mode.
Yeah, this means that if it's in space mode, like this is a condition. Remember the third one's a condition.
Mm-hmm.
That this P plus any other modifier. So this means you can press Alt or Command or Shift or whatever. And when you press those and P, it'll still fire off delete or backspace with the modifiers.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? It's kind of like wildcards for modifiers.
Yeah. It's like star.
Yeah. Or like a glob for modifiers or something.
Yeah.
Now I'm super curious what this even means. That's command. I don't know what pound to mean. All right, but he's saying when Q is pressed the first time, variable set to 1, nothing is sent. So I'm familiar with variables. I don't use them because then you're tracking state while you're typing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I've tried Like there's a mindset of I can hit a key on my keyboard and lock it into that layer until I hit that key again.
Oof.
So yeah, but then you're always wondering, did I hit that key? What state am I in? Like, so this guy is,
he's embraced it.
Yeah. So there's a point here where he has to assume that he hit that key correctly and that it's in the right mode. But, so this is a variable. It's just a string name for a variable, which he's setting to 0 and 1. So yeah, that sequence is command Q is 0. But if it's 0, set it to 1. He's like toggling a Boolean if he does command Q.
Okay.
But then in the second one, he sets it back to 1 with no conditions. And then these are the options. Options are delayed. Oh, that might be how I write it then. I think it might look like, where am I? Matching curlies and
It's the gray curly.
the gray one. That's what I can delete. Okay.
Or you need the brown. Oh, I need
the brown bracket.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so I think I can do this thing formatting. Okay. I think I can do this, Command V, and then pass in delayed as an option on that.
Oh, it's an option.
Yeah, those are options. But what is that? What is that syntax? Yeah. Delete. Come on. Told you this was painful. There's a syntax when you option on a single key, which I'm gonna. It's like this, key A, and modifiers, and okay. I'll be really excited if this works, even though I'd probably never use it, but come on, give me. Okay, key. We'll try V and delayed. No, wait, options.
Wrap it and then delayed. And then do you have to have the invoke and...
It might be like this. No? Yeah, I don't know if I'd have to have the invoked. And those things it doesn't invoked might be the... Man. Some days my brain works better than others. So let's just try in Chrome. I'm going to try a completely separate rule just to try that out. Let's do, what's that tilde key? We'll map that to A, nil, and delayed. And then there's that invoked syntax. Invoked and canceled. All right, so that's here invoked. And then this B. Does that compile? So when I press tilde, there should be a delay between A and B. Is that how I'm reading that? I don't. This is more experimenting than. Okay. Oh, that worked.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, so you see
Oh,
I
nice.
hit
Yeah, there was a delay too.
A, then B. Okay, so we'll want to put the delay on the restream template. Because we wanted to do that thing delayed and then... Wow, this is... I expected to get advanced. I didn't expect to get like this level. We're close. Minter Hero. We are... I believe we're close.
About to hit the finale.
Restream.
So do we wrap that in curlies?
I don't know if the options... Oh, Lucas. There you go.
I knew that, but...
You knew that? Well, you should have told me. Come on. Restream... I think the options just go... When it's a single key, can I do the options? I've never put options on a template before. Okay, H maps to this. That's condition and options. Okay, but we're in a from block and putting the conditions on a single character in between. Restream nil this. No wait, copy all of that.
Huh?
That compiled. Okay. Oh, I didn't type B. It's doing it. I wonder what the JSON looks like now. It's switching to restream. All right, so Chrome, Command C. This is the switch to restream. To delayed action. If invoked, keycode B. I wonder what the... Like, maybe if I increase this? I've never even touched this before. 2 seconds. Come on. Oh, you can't, sorry, you can't see. Oh, you can see it. It's right behind my shoulder.
Yeah. I feel like we are so close.
I feel like it should be typing it in there. What else could I test that on? Because it might be like a restream keyboard focus thing, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, just how the application's set up.
I wonder if the event viewer would show that key being pressed. Here, main, clear. Let's see how many windows I can open at the same time. Right, clear. Make sure that's focused. Copy this. Hit Command. And I don't see the B coming through. I wonder if it's in that canceled mode or something. Invoked. Canceled. Is that the right amount of L's?
There might be 2.
It compiled with 1.
I never know.
Yeah. That's what computers are for. Alrighty.
Oh, I think this is one of those words that you can do either.
Oh, nice. English is awesome. There's me kicking my camera again.
Yeah, no one. Google's okay with either.
Dang it, it's... Okay, I want to put this... I'm curious if it's because it's on a template command. Let me see if I put this on... So Command C, and then type the letter C. Oh wait, I put canceled on the wrong one.
Oh yeah. I thought you were retesting the other one.
Come on, you got to keep me honest. Okay.
I just
Command C.
assumed.
Thanks. You know what assuming.
I don't see any refocusing.
Yeah, I took off the refocus
it's nil
to
now.
see if I could. No, it's just C. Didn't we get that to work though? We did tilde is mapped to this.
Is it because it's in... I don't know what the square brackets does.
It's in the alone block.
But this one you have nested, like C's in a nested bracket, where the other one it isn't.
Yeah, I pretty sure that would group them together. Let's see, Chrome. So 2if alone, C with left command, and then 2 deleted action Y and X. But it's not typing the C. Yeah, I really want to figure out the syntax, but oh, maybe it's not a nil. Conditions. Y, X. Nope. Oh, if I was only smarter. Yeah. Oh, I hate being so close. Copy. Type C. Okay, let's go through this step by step. Delete this. So this should copy and type C, which it didn't do.
What was it doing, but you just can't see the C being appended?
Could
Could
possibly.
that be possible?
Where's my events? Event viewer, clear the result. Oh, did I change that? Left command nil, alone, command C. It's not even doing this anymore.
How is that not even working?
Um,
I love regressing.
yeah. The syntax might have been wrong on this. Copy, paste. Yeah, so that worked. And then, so this is the sequence. Like this is where I'm comfortable. So that copied in type C. There's something with the
And then now add the delay.
yeah. I don't think delayed invoked Y. Yeah, I think we have to put this inside of, like this is called a 2, and I think if you just do it this way, it does the entire, it's like defining all of these. Whereas if you move this in here, now it's like expanding or exploding the object. So I think this is right. Yeah, that type C.
But no Y.
True, but no Y. And then interesting, because this one worked. This was a from to options. From to options. Now we're in a from to options, or sorry, from to conditions options. Inside of the options we have an alone, which takes 2s. And then a 2 should take a condition and an option. Yeah, I'm going to have to back out of this and figure this out. Delayed invoked. Oh well. I
So
reached
close.
Yeah, I reached my limits, but I just don't. It's so Command C, type C, and then the delayed stuff isn't there. Oh no, it is.
That's for
that's the other one. That's the other one.
the other one.
Yeah. I don't think this would have to be wrapped at all. Options inside of options. Like it's kind of where we're at. Yeah. But you can define your from or your to's with the other syntax. So let's try that. So we can do this, say to a C by itself, and that should work. Left command, C, and then nothing. Huh. Really? Nothing? That works with the restream.
Is that because it's a function?
I'm not sure. Because there it is. So it works with that, but not a...
Press.
I wonder if it has to be like 2C. No.
Oh, there's a 2.
This? Oh, this is just... Yeah, this is the default.
Oh.
Remember how we're doing, like, this is the one-shot syntax.
Oh, it's within the one.
Yeah.
This scope.
Yeah, this is the default behavior.
I have a meeting in 10 minutes.
Okay.
But
let's any final questions?
I think like my first steps are going to be mapping my delete characters. That seems the most useful, and then going from there.
Yeah, definitely get the escape on caps lock or whichever one.
Yeah. I have control as caps lock, but that makes sense. And I think just setting it up as Karabiner instead of on
the hardware level
keyboard hardware.
Yeah. The last thing I just want to recommend, where's my, let's go in here. So you can, I showed you how to like type the sequence of characters. So you can do snippets. So if I do this key and that key, oh mine, there we go. So like an arrow for me is just that. And I have a bunch of, anytime you run into a sequence of keys, you type a lot. Think, where can I put that? So my thumb is on, I use spacebar as my snippet key. So if I'm holding spacebar and hit something, and one of my favorite ones is actually this one. So spacebar and shift does space equals space.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which is something you type a lot. Versus doing space equals space. It's spacebar shift. So yeah, just keep snippets in mind at the OS level, because I know a lot of other softwares kind of fail sometimes to expand snippets or whatever.
Yeah.
And this way you can just program them in to do a sequence of characters and actions. And if I figure out hit a keyboard shortcut, switch to another app, hit another keyboard shortcut, I will get back to you. So
yeah, awesome. That sounds great.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks for taking your time and showing me all this. This is great.
Hit me with questions.
Definitely, will do. I'm sure I will once I like download Karabiner.
Yeah, it's a good time. I mean, you could tell how much fun we're having.